Have you ever looked at your cat's paws and wondered why some are jet black like midnight, while others are as pink as a cherry blossom? In the world of internet cat lovers, we affectionately call them toe beans. But to a feline geneticist or a professional judge, these little pads are much more than just a cute feature. They are a biological map, a secret code written in pigment that tells the story of your cat's ancestry and their unique genetic blueprint. Today, we're going to decode the mystery of the toe bean and find out what the color of a cat's nose and paws really says about them. Hello, fellow cat enthusiasts, and welcome back. I'm so glad you've joined us today for this cozy exploration. In the world of cat fancy, there are strict standards for almost everything, from the shape of the ears to the length of the tail. But some of the most fascinating details are found in the places we often overlook: the nose leather, the lips, and the paw pads. As it turns out, the color of these areas isn't just a random splash of paint from nature. It's a precise marker of breed purity and genetic heritage. Understanding these nuances won't just make you a more informed owner, it might even help you uncover hidden traits in your cat's DNA without a single lab test. So, let's get comfortable and dive into the colorful science of feline aesthetics. Let's start with the basics, the solid coat. In the feline world, a solid color means the cat is one consistent hue from head to toe, without any stripes or spots. Here, nature follows a rule of perfect harmony. If a cat is solid black, their nose and paw pads must also be black, deep, dark, and coal-like. For blue cats, which most of us call gray, the pads should be a beautiful, cool slate gray. Chocolate cats feature pads that look like, well, dark chocolate or cocoa. It's a beautiful design principle. The skin is a direct extension of the fur. Think of it like a perfectly coordinated outfit where the accessories match the fabric flawlessly. Anything else would break the visual symmetry that judges look for in a top-tier champion. But what happens when the colors become a bit more exotic? That's where our genetic detective work truly begins. We have the dilute and rare colors, which sound more like items on a boutique cafe menu: lilac, fawn, and cinnamon. Lilac cats aren't actually purple. They possess a delicate, dusty rose or dove gray fur with a warm, pinkish undertone. Naturally, their paw pads should match that soft, lavender-pink hue. Cinnamon is a warm, spicy, reddish-brown, and fawn is its paler, mushroom-beige cousin. In these breeds, tone on tone is everything. If a lilac cat's paws start looking a bit too pink or off, it's a sign that the genetic balance is shifting. These subtle shifts are the first clues to a cat's hidden genetic history. For professional breeders, paw pads are actually a budget-friendly alternative to expensive DNA tests. Here is a little-known secret. If a chocolate cat carries a hidden cinnamon gene, meaning they don't look like a cinnamon cat but can have cinnamon kittens, their paw pads often give it away. Instead of being a deep, uniform brown, they might show a distinct, almost glowing, pinkish tint. On the show bench, this can be a disadvantage, as judges demand strict adherence to the standard. These cats are often labeled as breed quality rather than show quality. But for us at home, that little pinkish tint is just a beautiful reminder of the complex genetic dance that created our unique companion. It's nature's way of whispering a secret about the generations that came before. Especially for aristocratic breeds like Persians, exotics, and British Shorthairs, these rules are non-negotiable. But as we move into patterned cats, the rules become even more intricate. When you see a tabby cat with stripes, swirls, or spots, you're looking at the work of the Agouti gene. This is the wild gene that tells the fur to create patterns. For most tabbies, the rule of harmony still applies. The paw pads should match the base color of the stripes. If the stripes are black, the beans are dark. If the cat is a blue tabby, the beans should be gray. It sounds simple, but when we step into the world of noble tabby variations, nature starts to play with light and shadow in a way that would make a master painter jealous. To see this in its most refined form, we have to look at the Abyssinian. The Abyssinian was the first breed officially recognized for its ticked coat, a pattern where each individual hair has multiple bands of color, but there are no stripes on the body. For over a century and a half, breeders have worked to perfect this wild look. In the Abyssinian world, we have specific names for these colors: The ruddy color requires deep brown pads. The sorrel, set to bright copper red, calls for warm pink pads. Then there are the blue and fawn Abyssinians, each with their own strictly defined leather colors. It's a world where a shade too light or a shade too dark can be the difference between a champion and a runner-up. But why is the color sometimes faded? Why do some cats have lighter paws than their fur would suggest? Behind the scenes of feline beauty, there are genes with names that sound like they belong in a science fiction novel. We have the wideband gene and eraser genes. Their job is exactly what it sounds like. They erase or push back the pigment on the hair shaft to make the cat look brighter and more vibrant. This genetic bleaching effect is so powerful that it doesn't just stay on the fur, it leaks into the skin. This is why in the last century, breed standards had to be changed. The reality was that these eraser genes made it almost impossible to keep the paw pads dark. Judges had to accept that for some breeds, being a tone or two lighter than the fur was actually a sign of a high-quality, radiant coat. Even with these relaxed rules, the competition at the highest levels remains incredibly fierce. Imagine a cat show where two identical Abyssinians are on the table. Both have the same grace, the same glowing eyes, and the same perfect coat texture. How does the judge choose the winner? They look at the fine print. If one cat has paw pads that perfectly align with the traditional color standard, while the other is just a bit washed out, the prize goes to the first cat. It's a game of millimeters and shades. In the world of high-stakes feline aesthetics, the color of a cat's nose or even their paw pads becomes the final tiebreaker. It's a testament to the incredible detail that goes into preserving these historic breeds. Beyond the trophies and the ribbons, your cat's leather can tell you something very practical about their day-to-day life. For us owners, the nose and paws are vital health indicators. Because the skin there is thin and full of blood vessels, it's a great place to check circulation. If your cat's pink nose suddenly turns pale or conversely bright red after a nap, it's a window into their heart rate and temperature. And if you see tiny black freckles appearing on a ginger cat's nose or lips, don't panic. This is called lentigo. It's perfectly harmless and very common in orange tabbies. It's just their way of adding a bit of spice to their look as they age, a natural part of being a ginger cat. Today we've learned that a cat's paws are so much more than just soft pads for silent midnight roaming. They are a genetic map, a history book of selective breeding, and a vital health monitor all in one. From the ink-stained pads of a solid black cat to the delicate fawn beans of an Abyssinian, every bit of pigment has a purpose and a story. It's these tiny details that make our feline friends so endlessly fascinating to study and to love. So, tell us in the comments, what color are your cat's toe beans? Do they match their fur perfectly, or does your cat have some genetic mysteries of their own? Maybe you've noticed those little lentigo freckles on a pink nose? We'd love to hear your stories and see your observations. If you enjoyed this cozy deep dive into feline science, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We have plenty more secrets to uncover in the wonderful world of cats. Take care of your furry friends. Appreciate those unique little paws, and remember, whether they meet a breed standard or not, to us, they are always best in show. Until next time, keep exploring the magic of cats.